Tired of wondering why you're always mad, always anxious, always living in fear? Because you're not living in the now. You're living in the future, which is what? An empty container in front of the now, which is going to make you nervous, upset, worried, paranoid, in fear, which is what? False evidence appearing real, right? And if you're sad, if you're always daydreaming or depressed or just not out of, just kind of out of it, mentally checked out, that's because you're in the past, which is what? An empty container behind the now. You only get your true power, your 100% you, the real you yourself and you, if you're living in the now. That's right smack dab in the middle. That's where God is, that's where you is, that's where your best work can be done. That's where the magic happens. And I'll give you another little one. If someone comes at you and they're just babbling a bunch of crap you don't want to hear, they're in your face, they're making you feel anxious, pulling you right out of your now. That's what they like to do. People are energy draining vampires. They love doing it. Half the time they don't even realize they're doing it. It's just they're on autopilot, and that's what they do. They're in their fucking ego, and there you go. No help at all. Not helpful one bit. But let me tell you something that can be helpful. 3 simple words. I don't know. I don't care. You might want to say that in your head to avoid getting into a further disagreement with that person. If they're hell-bent on taking you out of your now, taking you out of your center point where you're in your happy space, where you can have your full power to do things and to realize life in its fullest. Right. So again, what is that words? I don't know. I don't care. What that is the first part, I don't know, means you just cleared the mental container. You just cleared it. Not permanently, just long enough to buy you some time to get out of that situation. Look for the space between the words where you can go make that your safe space. While they're babbling, you ain't hearing none of it. You're in your safe space. Unless you can just, without being extremely rude, unless you want to be extremely rude, you can bow out of there and stop dealing with that person because they're just taking you what? Right out of your now, which is your happy place. And then the other part of that is, remember the first part, I don't know, clears the mind. I don't care. That clears the emotional container. Right. Clears it. Not, again, not permanently, but enough to get you out of dealing with that agro person. That person is just hell-bent on pulling you out of the now. There's going to be people, those are called tests.